work $240 million. Nearly $10 billion, Baba dear. See about 60.8 billion cedis in 2022. Near Phantom Wima. I come on about 3 billion. Yes, I feel I'm 600 million. Name my amount to my bemo. Some Quasumo IMF, some Quafon Pessi, come on to me, no country home. Then my independence, no one. If there were element of NPP, Anna Omdom Wakose Ghana Fire Service, Anna said, how we are refining Ghana Fire Service. Some Domo Mama Guinea Juma, every Mama Guinea Juma.
Yama Kwaba. Now, what is it National Fire Service for Makobo a year in Centroni? Yes, class media and Centroni, senior journalist. Ama Wakasa crack, sending sicker nation who cries, be official is saying. Easy. Nana Otu Darko ne nia bre so eja class media o ka ho bi. Ne nia bre gidigidi na o te do kan no. Won so ya kwakwen politics e bia na NPP fu bi na ehim e na reset agenda no mo pese be mana koso nti no mo koye sa den. Yen politics be bia sa Otu Darko. Wo dey wo cast ma meje odi. But we dey off the birth cry. Now also ntina ho mo bi engu Sammy Gyamfi ni mase. Eti say e be box aka 214 million Ghana dollars ne de say be boss haka no na enya mfaso de ne yepe IMF form wow yentie no fire service for no so frɛ si show nu e ma mo so kire say masa dia Ghana fo ni bi yom no mo ntiase ne ntiase o kina.
This is Boadu TV, truth and integrity.
Ghana Fire Service, no. This time, I'm because only Paco sorting, no. Oyajuma Class Media Group. Not to say, sorting, no. Only Paco belonging to a different media house and Kienka. Kala Kuda. Miamini Yaketu, Haya, Anna, Yakana Sem, Abra, Yako, assorting, Adeti. Haya, Anna Yakana Sem, Abra, Yako, assorting. There are a lot of others. One year journalist, sorting one Captain Smart at the time, one chain of koi, Hayani, a koi, you can't send someone or Hinababam of XIZ. Anytime over a sortie, and now anytime you want to stampede on press freedom, we don't take it lightly. And that is why Mikaze Sabi Saku Fadon president, then Ghana Fire Service. With all due respect, those members that are sorted can fool about. But the president currently is Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. If they were element of NPP, Anna Omdom Wakose Ghana Fire Service, Anna said, how we are refining Ghana Fire Service. Look, I will speak straight to them, and I am going to demand for 3 things. And respectfully give Ghana Fire Service 1 week. Accra FM. Young Tenassi ma obi fa ehu hwai. Ana young Tenassi as journalist na young fa ehu emre in Kasai. Ghana National Fire Service, you will respond. I'm sure. Asem no eyo no kre. But oka wasi ye be frɛ no amanyosem atade nti. Ye frɛ bibi neutral. It will no ya dentem o finfin won kano kure no na asem no how Ghana. A lot of journalists have engaged themselves in this nonsense of neutrality, and because of that our country went on a bad trajectory. Now na people like us you who here can say me neutral china nyakopon kro neutral masa no kure is no kure neutrality color. The truth is the truth, a lie is a lie. We can't try make no kura chiro and fan will say you belong to party or not. Make ma dwan chiro unti ase to free Ghana. And Central no Ghana for ni biye kom no. Ana nam so ma odi good John Dramani Mahama ni mu ase in John Dramani Mahama 1 administration. Eti e mekaya etire na nado Dankwa Akufo-Addo bebu Ghana for 8 good years. And some ye who say Central ana Ghana for mu bi etwa ye e de bebeji to me. Ana Jebro Karazue Mokai say Wama Ford Explorer. Even when Mahama added to the fleet of cars at the presidency, later they will say, sir, just say, no mechanic would rather say. Mark in a bay contractor. Anna Airbus saga. Yeah, the for John Dramani Mahama later special prosecutor office. Yeah, on by investigation who say who rather some. So there were a lot of things that the former administration used to hear the John Dramani Mahama administration. But that time, because journalists wanted to be neutral, they kept quiet. No cause. Not this time. Not this time. Not this time. Yan traho man crofobin ko se demo en ku stop stories e mabontin. Enye ohusu no ana abua papa ni din say. Ono de bempa no. Enye ono obeka in one of the interviews, if not one of his sessions, say this Airbus scandal almost shed them kuku ye. Say they almost shed that plan ye. Say ombegu John Dramani Mahama ni wase. And journalists were quiet. Eti emasan trono Ghana for a tomutrim amu pamu John Dramani Mahama call ye 8 years later a benfon be dey so ye no and you say sana obofobu has is under. No wonder so nya 1.7 billion vote difference, if not 2 million. And on be somebody the same thing you gold board. Na ya kan matum na central no mu try in the past no a say enkrofo ni onyam no central no ye dwuma. We are telling the naysayers of this government, we don't even care if they are members of the IMF or the World Bank. We are telling you that this is a sovereign country. This is a sovereign country. This is a sovereign country. The kind, look, say the end of running Ghana, and yes, I never run no. Make it Ramo said that should be a radical break up. Yes, we are telling you. Say the end and from full respect. What about no sat down beside him? Na na kufa do wan ko twa ntro kakra nkyere Macron a wonya kakra mafie to kodi Burkina Faso ho ntro kyere US fo anya sa oyiri me de ye de bebo man we o. This is a sovereign nation. This is a sovereign nation. In fact, the question is a different gold board aboka. The allegation being made by the IMF, and I'm even told that see say $240 million cost beer a year gold board abo. I know say gold board emo sakano. Oya they are gold board because of adwuma moye no. There will be expenditure, so there will be cost. In the first place, yanya internal auditing. In the second place, auditor general ko any external auditing. Aya IMF for no information ifre. Granted say your IMF will campo no kre. Near minority for the asom adwuma ya no kra. $240 million is less than 3 billion Ghana cedis. Are you aware? And are you aware, ladies and gentlemen? Sir, John Dramani Mahama free, so Anana Kufa to take it over. The only time Bank of Ghana make a profit, that year 2016, John Mahama free, so all the other years, Nana Kufa to Muboka. Are you aware? Upon Kruma, no, a Minister of Communications, and information, is he aware? And is he aware, sir, in 2022 fiscal year, under Nana Danko Kufa to upon Kruma and Bamia, Bank of Ghana aboka 60.8 billion. When you hanging Okroma 60.8 billion. I am talking about 60.8 billion Ghana cedis. Sikana yasi gold board avocado through Bank of Ghana. Yes, here $240 million. Oh, the equivalent is less than 3 billion Ghana cedis. It is a Pampo says Sammy Gyamfi aboka 3 billion Ghana cedis. Do you compare 3 billion to 60.8 billion Ghana cedis? Now Moko aboka 60.8 billion Ghana cedis. Nobody hanged you. Now capacity 3 billion cedis. As if that was not enough at least. In 2023, we aboka 10 billion Ghana cedis. In 2024, we aboka about 9.6 billion Ghana cedis. All at Bank of Ghana. Who was hanged? So the lowest crime about 9.6 billion. How do you compare even 3 billion to 9.6 billion? And now banks here 9 billion Ghana cedis for resuscitation. Mama banks 9 billion Ghana cedis. The bank will be working actively in this country. According to Auditor General report, you spent 25 billion at the good banks. Yes, I'm going to yeah, bank for moment to have that be on yes, I'm going to have yeah, here 9 billion to resuscitate banks. Moses Kenny, you ended using 25 billion. They are good banks. Yes, I'm why not so saying some of the debate? we no so mo kwa dem wo palugu $12 million ye ko twa somebody kwa ni wo we bwa ayen crofo we no so mo ko fast sky train aba ye twa $2 million sky train bi ama no we bwa ayen crofo we and a transfer over 52 billion Ghana cedis every Ghana commercial bank to an unknown source ayen we bwa. And these guys have the moral turpitude, moral timidity to say what? God, what I did. Move and saw. Che, yan tell mamun can tron Ghana for bio. Yan tell mamun to foot from Ghana for any biom. And your munga moody see you better no crash Ghana for. And if I was Sammy Gyamfi, I will not waste my time and even respond to this nonsense. I will not waste my time. I saw my Ukrainian. I will not even waste my Sammy, Massa. Don't Duke forget Bobia Jawetuma. Hey, that's $240 million, which is less than 3 billion or even 3 billion. And as Sammy Gyamfi through Bank of Ghana, and yet inflation now 23.5% in 2016, about less over 6.5 or so percent single digit, and the almost one more kind of inflation in yellow. Say I can't wait pan your bebo and the exchange rate now 16 cedis to $1. And then about 10.4 there, we want the exchange rate to be low. What are you talking about? Well, and then for the first time in a very long while, come, I move 25 kilos, 280 Ghana cedis abenyabi. Omo moka ni ento 280 cedis. Because almost Oma moka, which is not even true because I've told you 2022 mboka 60.8 billion. Satan okoto a bro botwa na about 12,200. And a bro boto okra 600 Ghana cedis abenyabi. It's between their regime and this regime one would say Sammy Gyamfi Bokano, which one is better? Which is not even true. Palpable falsehood. And they are saying they have made losses. Meanwhile, the act that established the gold bar does not declare profit, it declares surpluses. Sammy Gyamfi keeps on educating these people, but still they don't understand. Now Sammy Gyamfi how Massa forget to concentrate on the gold bar. Fantastic. In just 11 months, this small young guy 36 years of age actually say and Sunday about penny and senino and Sunday about Crofobacas my penny for Gruma. But say we cry penny for be. Yes, Sunday about what friend and senina penny quasiatas and Yama Blue Sabero. Sammy Gyamfi is showing say we a babu and you cannot do anything. Because Kwame, in just 11 months, yet mean are close to $10 billion. Now could for the more time. Only $3 billion in Tonko Bunko today with the same IMF. I'm not surprised that IMF will be saying this because a IMF Nanka Ghana, Yashias, that they be a Bobby Enough of those colonialism, enough of those imperialism tactics. Now, my way crying a Yamakao, Nanka Bobby 3 billion Ghana, a country full of gold, diamond, bauxite, manganese, lithium, cocoa, rubber, oil, and command where Yakobo said $3 billion. Yakron Esanke fund the IMF. Yang and Esanke Tini fund the IMF. So come and I make us attend to her. The point I am making is that they say Atuya Tundudo want to me and major bidiation because in the first place attend to who you to Uber. And I am telling journalists Umukrama Ginebi. We should not allow these people to keep on lying to the people of this country. We should not allow them. We should not allow them. That's not woman can try beside. And Trono Sasefi Kwame Kuma, Namswami to Kwame Kuma Fiso. We should control this time. But I'm telling lawyer Sammy Gyamfi, the job he's doing is commendable. May I know what this government wants? For the past 1 year of John Dramani Mahama, Omanya one scandal. It will come be as no person yana scandal be free baby. But scandal no so acquires open so free boom. Any possible. It's any look the come up kaya agrada Sammy Gyamfi kocha agrada $800. I say MP for me than scandal $800. Kwame Kwachi betima chenko for $10, $800, mako 10. That's Sammy Gyamfi say yeah, you free Kumasi, with Kodobo Zuyene. As Sammy Gyamfi $800 betima che. Eti only a some men were scandal and fact. Eti a percent $240 million in poor meaning Jimmy. And assuming it is even true, $240 million cannot amount $10 billion. IMF how they say Kagana home. See about $240 million. Near the $10 billion, Baba dear. Since you have 60.8 billion cedis in 2022, near Phantom Wima. I come on about 3 billion. Yes, I feel now 600 million. Name my amounto to my life demo. San Kwasumu na IMF ne, San Kwafon Pessi, come on to me, no country home. Ghana independence, no job in Kwana, so Jennifer. A check of it. Massa, let's run our country in full flight. Let's believe in ourselves as Ghanaians. I just hope Brunia Mama intimate create me. I know something. No, and Samina President Mahama Beka, the New Year message, no. Or can send be brave. But one message struck me. Or see, there is no NDC Ghana, there is no NPP Ghana. To paraphrase, let me add other political parties. There is no CPP Ghana, there is no PPP Ghana, there is no UP Ghana or independent Ghana, but there is one Ghana. And Abra President Kasan Semino, and I'm Kase, after a president like Akufo-Addo, we couldn't have had any better president to say John Dramani Mahama. Because Osha said for the past 8 years, Abrofu we best say Ghana, a Trimadinfo way, these criminals, how they destroy the fabrics of our nation. Say you know John Dramani Mahama Kabedi. And in the statement, you recall Sir President Mahama Eka Sendi, or say and Crawford can say it will take almost forever. Now I'ma repair the broken pieces of this economy, but in 1 year Nyankopwa they have built that foundation, and in 2026 you baby see a dynamic so that is fantastic. And we were all in this country for the past 8 years in the new Sebi you call markets ekodidra Sebi minka say Hanama is America. Even in America they have their own problems, but I'm saying say enya hwe kurano afi die respectfully na saying afia na etwam. But I send you a message about Facebook. Wafake, or say I'm not lying. No, today Abuchi dollar rate is 12.5. Oh, where there Abuchi dollar? I'll still come back to my brothers and sisters on Facebook. My free. I have the Ghana National Fire Service. Kwam, mean time penibia ukrumhao. Nemum a free semi sabesine. Me wo some opepepi say I am a person near my ye. Eti me who say obi yadie na enfra ayane hame. Number 2. Kwame, can you imagine a country without the press? Can you imagine? Just imagine for a second. Wamaya media phone. Imagine what kind of a country would that be? Wamaya na no Otu Darko nim. Wamaya Kwabena Bobi ansanim. Just imagine. Wamaya Captain Smart in him. Akra Kofi Darko nim. Just imagine Omaya Ohineba Boa Mumunim. Omaya Minyanum Akasefua. Wamaya other journalists. CJ ni Minyanum Aka. Just imagine Omaya. These guys are Sebibian Koya was sorry can't say to me so. Can correct to me enim. Just imagine Omaya production team. Social media. I'm talking about the journalism fraternity. Imagine a country that hasn't got that kind of session. Imagine how politicians will do things. Inform who because they will bring them to book. Just imagine. So it is not for nothing. Anna, you better say the 4th estate of the realm is the press. After the executive, after the judiciary, after the legislature, you did the press and the tour because of the relevance we have. Because service say new man koya say you been making sure say new man be koye. So the moment there is press freedom attack yenka ya no ntum na adia ehunu say people will go beyond normal press freedom and they will be assaulting the press themselves. That is what has happened. At the end of the year, Dano Kwesia Day and Yamamia or CU Ghana National Fire Service. Mame Medicare Boabaso because Obayenche, in fact, you are the first female to occupy that position. Timame Wadama, maybe a drew me mamma Samoa. I am a patient kakra. Hey. Eti mame me kan bebre but ahobra se kwa so wonte ya enemy bon kire mame no ye de na to Facebook no obi nkan kire the CEO of anono chief fire officer Sammy from CFO the CFO of Ghana National Fire Service Mame Daniela Mawusi Into Sapon, the first woman to hold the top position, appointed in early 2025 by President John Dramani Mahama. Obin Kanchene say, as part of the recent agenda of John Dramani Mahama, some of the criminals that have managed to find their way in Ghana Fire Service have started assaulting the press, and we don't take it lightly. Up until now, there is not a common press statement from the Ghana National Fire Service concerning the assault. And I am learning, say, there are some fire service personnel, sir, they call themselves leaders, and then I'm granting interviews, say, there was no assault. And yet, in that same video, which though does not capture whether or not Yenipano was assaulted, civilians were assaulted. Fire service for the BAG, and civilians. What are you talking about? Who you doing that for? And now we need for. In the first place, Mokra, two Samuel Ejuma, Munibi, a press yani a common samam. Fire tenders are in a Mokruma. Mubabre, your family say, and so, your years were Duja, Mutimi took a Mbadum, your Safan and so neighbor, a press ya, journalist for Yani Judgable. Yani, man, penny for, I'll call for this video. I'll call for this video. I'll call for this video. Na Ghana for MHS send na fire service for the abroad civilians. Eti ejanu eto eye Kaswa New Market Sunday. And at the morning show team CJ Dano on Accra 100.5 FM. I'm told of a production team. Say fasmo e ka kire yen reporter say Samuel Adwe wona wo ye correspondent wujina enemu e central region. It is a ja atoka so New Market there ko na ko he ne asi ne bo ejirem. And we will be speaking to our reporter, and we also go on the phone lines and speak to the PRO of Ghana National Fire Service. Then I am the person many PRO where journalist versus PRO you be dia group brutal radios. Now catch you koya you hold on. Kwame is as though say be make and semno amano. Ma onu nka na semuni Oria in Nasobu Hodoma Namakasa. But the point I am making today, then they say I'll be giving or we'll be seeking three reliefs. Number one, the Ghana National Fire Service must come out and apologize to the Ghanaian media fraternity, especially Accra FM, for assaulting your correspondent and your journalist. That is number one. Number two, Kratchen on 20,000 Ghana cities, according to him, and a Shenho. A Basia Bruno or Kenya can also be quite a cast on hand back. Not 10,200 fees. So Ghana National Fire Service must pay. They must pay that money. And yes, sir, you better said your home so in making sure that the right thing will be done. My young woman sona yanam sini, and of course on a some way at all on a fire service for no a Bruno. You know any come on. Me show the first one near civilians na young common swansa. May young show so that people follow some of Jinasumai. Ghana from Bachomumba Facebook says here. Namuma Hesenia fire service for Yaswam so Munkodumja Ebro Ghana for by Bakuka we uniche or the bonnet in here. I am not saying say they are civilians now doing what is Minka say Biana civilians look doing what is right, but is that part of their mandate? Same cross the same way. Say when we have protocol for the Utimus and Crofui, proper national fire service. And these guys, I am also demanding, say, they should be punished.
Nana,
they should be punished.
When we saying now, when we saying now, I'm from fire service.
When we protocol, protocol for Crasset be cramp by Yajuma. When Mama doing Yajuma? When the someone said me,
almost say from a fire service.
Can you imagine?
Your core duty is to rather fight fire.
They are fighting people, citizens.
They are rather fighting. Yen pano.
Now, the Uber fight to be a journalist now. No catch it say or catch it buying or fight him out. Momo no motion. Yeah, you acquire the mama.
My core duty is to fight fire.
Me la chop la first person on board.
Me jai fire no.
Okay.
E jana.
Charlie guy no.
Okay. Oh. It look as if say senior. Senior, it look as if so omo ba no. Now omo agenda be say they come to beat people.
Premeditated.
Yes.
I tell one son over. No,
because entisa weja eja no ho. Ana you are rather fighting human being now.
That you are no more born no. You Samara bedding commercial.
So we Samara ho.
Okay, until the fa video we to so. Na Samuel Ado ye ne ndin komo. Hello Samuel.
Hello too.
Me say asempom to say because me say we dey anya odia.
And no crazy am hospital prayer.
Ana me tin so say ye say minimum say o mena dey ye oya. Na dey o minimum ye dey den.
Me minimum no say almost proba me so say na me minimum no be attack first o me kon eno mo attack answer na o mo titire me say gu mechi. Jimmy phone if you momo we na ja omo that me belt e bomb ko omo te belt na san twin belt na de ko e
so minimum first
omo bomb minimum ba ko bomb minimum so be sha video ni mu no ni a otieti akwa no so no me otieti akwa no so wo form no no
okay
no otuba e from there na no mobile me so until no ba na de minimum straight e na obe boy na others ni na be chechere me say nipa be 10 e na tugu me so me chechere me say you think na mo ti phone ni film them
very well. We'll still come back to the ill act and a tear for muti video ni da ho mo hwesenia Ghana National Fire Service for yeso mu nkodumja which is their core mandate afi o mu dum nipa no mo bu wom besi ne report bi ama abonten very well. Sammy yes, I to send from you. When say DNS, down on DNS. Ubetimi ama a brief account. A DNS nam so ma sa wo yini eto.
So na no to say na yina ni mana ti nyanti say eja to ya kaso new market mu. Nti eno a fire service for yina ye ni omo na ewo ho anadwo ni mu nyina even Greater Accra Regional Commander kra e ba ho bi e ma ye ni no edin komo. Enti ena no paying so ena eja morning show for say at least I'll say you to me enya grade for ni bi na ye share the update say na nyoma kwa kosi ya no pa ibe no nsi ampe mu na mekoko pie mu e wo ho no mo ena eja me ni morning show for yi ni twa infoni e de kire o mo say na nyoma kwa ye ne grade for yi bi o mo aka edwe mu eti nkomo eti ni wie no na fire service for no so around ti na o say me to me e ben wo na mekoko bisa wo nyame adomo motumi ehun le course of fire no ana asesen na etifa ti ebra me ko no ana me hu say omo drag civilians ni be from afar no mo de omo aba be omo ka ni si no na munya dudu ho no mo pia wa to ateche ni wo ho no mo na ne bro na die ja omo pu sa no mo bro no mo de helmet hwehwe omo tim no mo wuti na ho no ma twon no mo gbo ye say onya twi video say camera na ye say omo pu sa enti mi bedu a mi hu ipe na me start say me video sen no e ho na ba ko approach me e no bi sam sa de na mi twa na me say me media personality ono no a very young guy nti okọ nechi nti okọ e no na no tu be sima na me hu say nipa be 10 na mo gu akwa no so mo bo ni nyina ja akwa no ko no tu share me so enti ba ko na o tieti akwa no form na ne mo pa apa no be bo me minimum e na adese no abi twa me ho no mo chekere me se gu me chidi chi me sa no mo je eye mi phone ni fi mi sem ene no mo hold me try no so hold me na e that time na me sen konfo ene me belt e bo mi nyina me ka se belt no atete e no mo twen e no mo de koi
na so se ba ko ne ba na o ka so yen century no koi e no one country we mu so we journalist
me ti mo so no kwa na ta ko from mobile you because o mobile no ka ho no na ta ko from mobile because o ba no so ka ho bi o mobile o to se me so no so ka ho bi and I'm not minimum teacher me say go me chi so much as I'm here me achi phone if me sem and I'm a belt so my year me to belt no no more train belt no the coy and you know na that time no my colleagues no so inside that almost year of friend that almost so more report into almost say no more America e buy and almost he no more separate and I mean ya me ho there etiti na me coach na baby ti na mu no and I met say crowd ni mo bi shout to say journalist o back no e bi o nti hwe na tum nti ni hwe na te say zip no e bi envelope na e hye na ka envelope no so aka na ka tofom nti mi kokko gina baby a me check here no na sika 20,000 bondo mienu anka me de kwakwa de me kwakwa to tonyo mebi nti mi check here no na say bondo ba kunnim na ba kono so ate the time na bom na ate nti mi check here na say 200 so
ebi mu san akrofo ka ho
say ebi mu san akrofo because wo bi sam say civilian na fire me ka say civilian na fa because e ba ne sa no na civilian ni nyina epiane akwakwa gina baby na fire service for no kwana na take you over mo kwana na twa me ho hia omo ebo me no biye ni honum enti no se bibisa aba me ka se civilian afa omo na fiscal
brother
enti later on me twitwa me ho di america no me ya ben civilian na bako me te so bi a shout to say general show bag no na bag no e bi ase usika e perform enti me tumu a me twe me ho efika no ma me ko check here no na say sika no so ate omo de bond bakoko a we no so no or say or struggle say nipa no struggle you say dent no paper na bom no tie no to me 200 fear no so
Ghana the Shaman Kronkron na hwe mutie the Citizenship Live on Accra 100.5 FM Mr. Mo ne kan ye ehu bi ato Facebook in fact we because say omo be chechire ne sagu na chi na omo bono no you know nifu nyina ye so we couldn't have that footage but Sammy first video no I'll still come back to case no first video yeah who so mo civilians be like adentia
civilian na omo bodo no say na medical kan no emra me fee inside me hear me report ni we na me fee inside na me yes me call mo chen no me who said the guy was standing afar very far from what friend fire service personnel no enti metia na omo exchange ways enti mami bi ka say aden na mo bo mo kro no mo ye ni omo na ewo ha ye ni omo na tia omo na bo ye ho ba e bo ye e wa ha no mo aden na mo de kro no e to omo so enti no am say boys no so no omo ti say jama fire service for no e bo mo kro no so mo ya kro fo mo wi anyoma enti na mo bufu enti na say omo exchange ways enti enwu an say omo ato asho omo so tom baby omo wono no makọ omo ko drag won e di omo pa baby omo fire tender na wono e na tete no mo ka omo tu mo honum e no mo start so omo buo
okay o share enfoni e da ye Facebook here and obi a wo team bi am but obetima join you live on Accra 100.5 FM your Facebook page udru honman no wa share what you feel about the matter and the National Fire Service nkufoni bi aye no yen kase omu nyina ye nipa bonefo your National Fire Service fu nim nyansa omunjimi ti sese nkrofo ya omo no ye hwom sesi ano enti no ye ntimi categorize se National Fire Service fu nyina nya papa your papa for honum a omo ye adwuma ti so CFO maami obon homoden wo nyina ebo maba so but we are going to fish them out. These guys will smoke them out and you don't come here we o can be
na no too say the allegation fire service for no making say now the guys were holding knife to attack them they were attacked they are being attacked by some guys are now omukura knives and will say frantically say you were
there were they holding any knife?
Yeah, we were there. We did not see any of the guys holding knives until with this Ghana police almost seen I think say we have so many women, the affected women were also there. And almost investigation they will get to know the truth of the matter. Say the guys, whether those guys over there, whether they were holding knives truly or not. So they should go down there and then do their investigations. No who say what the fire service personnel are saying, it is just to defend themselves of what has happened.
But in any case, the security officials, and I'm happy to say I'm a student of security now. So even though I am not an authority on the matter. I'm sure, say, by virtue of studentship, I am placed also to speak about some of these security related matters as far as conflict is concerned. Sebi. Mr. We are journalists. Ghana mra ehifa ana echere say there should be instant mob justice. Ghana mra ehifa. And that is why even in the face of the law, so now see say wako to obi say o rape obi na we twa ho video kura emra ne say oni for until say a competent court of jurisdiction judge and a magistrate papa bi da no won be di asem na wie na wesisu dia say wo would for based on ABC3 count into your document. Sabre no the person is guilty. So granted, assuming without admitting, say in the first place, yeah, the chrono to microphone sumpo na mpo sanke yampa say microphone yi fire service ni bisi campo and na wo wi ade and you even spotted a knife on one of them. Oh yeah, it's educated Ghana National Fire Service. Omuti.
Now we can very right. Even the crampo no, I'm commander by no can make I say what the boys and I know is very, very, very wrong. They can't take the law into their own hands. And even a policy for no crana, omo boy who was out to me no crano, even if I know you almost check on for crano, omo to me. Some of them on Sabeding, Ebeka Kronfono. The person is being held as a suspect until he's proven what guilty. Until Eban is no more no can catch him and no more no. I think say so they have to do it, they have to stop assaulting them. And moreover, so no, they are not holding any offensive weapon over there. They are only helping. You could do what no you won't say dispenser containers EB or my filling with water. Because now Ghana no phone and say PVC or honamo and you know mukura makasa kwa tuto insu any dispensable bottle you offend the bottles EB and omodi gugu insu no so for that we witness it ourselves now say omo buakwa to quench the fire over there. And you know why should you think makasa na mo can protect, they've helped you, they've done a lot to help you. Abwa amomo yi nyoma nibi my baby say everything is okay now. And you know, about then I said, almost better or more anger on them. I just almost boom, sir. We just pointed out blankly to them, say, near Oma Yenedi, it is not fair. They don't have the audacity to assault them. So when we saw Mukrabi, the police station is just some few meters away from where the what do we call it? From where the incident happened. Why don't you hand them over to the police? And I'm and on my side here. To be frank, it wasn't fair at all. It wasn't fair.
So there are three things that we will be demanding, and say a call the head of National Fire Service. Number one, we are also fighting for the civilians as well, whether or not they are at fault any a police matter. But the National Fire Service they have no right. Sebi, they will vent that anger on the civilians physically.
Yeah.
They have no right. So number one, we'll be demanding that those guys should be punished, whether by suspension or whatever, to serve as deterrent. Now, other security officials and continue say it is the right thing. Number two, we'll be demanding so Ghana National Fire Service should pay, and we will follow up until you are paid. You must be paid, because na sika ebi a wode kwaya de obekom kra na you be sika any idea. Nyameka no otiase. Number 3,
very well.
Number 3 will be demanding say hospital bills Ghana National Fire Service must cater for. For now, what they relax it, you need the PRO of Ghana National Fire Service be din komo on phone. Kwame, but your friend ma'am. Eba be din komo on phone na yaje omuso adwen kire. Yemfa me say I know, sir, a Bima granting interview. Say there was no such assault. Now, what is sense? No, yeah, then what is a fire service? Penny because assault be anywhere. Yeah,
me to say PRO normal granting interview. Emo can say there hadn't been any assaults on any journalist or any person over there. Because they are not privy to information. Minim information or say whatever, they are not on the grounds. Na otumi eka bibisa to mu bisa omo crofo no minim nia omo ka kire wo ma mutumi eka asasem no. Because if you look at the video circulating what shows that there hadn't been any assault over there. So no metisa na I would say they are not privy to information what is happening over here.
Very well. My first year has any D011 Desmond Aka about National PL Ghana National Fire Service. Some probably the Fian Moyne and Nanyona. Never probably the Tabafia. Desmond Aka, National PL Ghana National Fire Service. Sammy, thank you for joining us. We'll still follow. And Samuel Ado, Nemusini, Finfini Mantem, and he's been assaulted physically. And we, as class media, we are not taking it lightly. The Citizen Show will lead this crusade in making sure our brother get justice. And Yamamea, or Yakwanchire for penny, our that Ghana National Fire Service, I know. Mame, Yamfan say one ya, any bunchrimu. Anyabia, you are the first female to rise to that topmost position of the Ghana National Fire Service. CFO, Chief Fire Officer Daniela Mausi Into Sapon. Daniela Mausi Into Sapon. CFO Daniela Mausi Into Sapon. So be it here, one country a year, the Chief Fire Officer Ghana National Fire Service said, Name many be Akwedin kwa asem. Na said the young come fra the whole Ghana Fire Service because you say most of you are decent people. You know how you go through the thick and thin, the pains, and sometimes lack of the needed accoutrement in making sure say mukodumja. There are a lot of times fire tender ni bikura honmo is grounded near there. There are sometimes logistics munya near there. So there are a lot of you are more brem hopa in making sure say you can still serve Ghanaians. And to yam senkro for fun ejuma fun my me kata mu papa mu bibiri. So but I'm saying say boninti ni echiche din. So these guys have been captured on video. One more the helmets, bro civilians. And another point, one more assaulted physically journalists, class media group journalists. And let me say it again. In case Omurefi, who is the president of Ghana today, if they could do that under the former regime, hey, they got to wake up. This is a new regime led by John Dramani Mahama. Saying same no more journalists saying same I just will be on Canada Kufado Nigeria who has Bobiko Can Rebecca who has near Betchen This is a new regime. A new regime are draining ye Juma, and we are making sure say some people did in the Kwame when you know. What say? Oh, we're being cancelled the PR of Ghana National Fire Service here percent in the Casa. It's a public entity. And they have to speak to us on the matter. And when you force a chair soon yasem. Minim say asem yeke wate senior what ya funny and non kasa. Now Office of the President actuated through Felix Kwachifosu. And I'm saying this because onuno ye kasama former government communications or government machinery. Now tinia Felix Kwachifosu ekanye. The attack on class media groups Samuel Ado by some personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service is most unacceptable, and I condemn saying firm action will be taken against the rogue elements. I love the choice of words. Was it these are rogue elements who carried out this attack? Look, there couldn't have been better words to describe this miscreant than rogue element. Maybe I should read again. And Felix Kwachifosu na ekasai. Kwame we or Twitter and answer in Facebook. Or Twitter. Was said the attack on class media group Samuel Ado by some personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service is most unacceptable, and I condemn saying firm action will be taken against the rogue element who carried out this attack. Any that Facebook no. Nyansani na ekasana. Was it some kwa samna? Kwame say me chire mo twim. was san kwasam na Jimmy for no ananyesa say rogue element omo enim nyansa womo a nkame say ewiase abo masesa womo ase yanteto mu fie womo ase ye che nyansa no wom de ne kakakra those rogue elements, those are people we are going to smoke out, and these people until say they are punished. Kwame, every day yeba adwuma me patrol, it is part of the topic. Justice not only for our brother but the civilians, they mishandle them, or the word is malhandle them. This is not a banana republic, for crying out loud. This is a country organized for law, where your maya and mraya adwuma wom. Omaya the president ni nyansa. This is Ghana FM. What kind of authority? And come for all you know, these are guys are omedin kwasam bebreo, but because sebi na any part of the research agenda from who edie, for all you know afraid of rabia yom sontuma. Because sometimes ayenanya first do because ye bibi ne chenwo utumi say enkwasam wo dia no, but hey ubekomwa party mafo ni ejaom, not in this government, not under John Dramani Mahama. We will smoke you out and make sure that you face the full rigors of the law. You go try see the PRO of Ghana National Fire Service. The first question, and so-called grantee interview, I don't know if it is Star FM, but one of the stations, I'm told, said there was no such assault on the grounds. The person will clarify, mommy. I just want him to clarify. And maybe I'll read this. Erastus Asarodonko. Or say, which law in Ghana bars a journalist from filming an altercation at a fire scene? Or say, Mrabang and Yakuchiro Ghana. Afia Pima Hankro, Edokuru Mienu Amamram, and any subsidiary law. Say, some trenia, meeting confirm. What I know, with few exceptions, baby, over court say the office of president, baby, one man, you designated say it is not allowed. But even in journalism, we have what we call journalism under masquerading, or better still, journalism undercover. One to me, it is still journalism. And when a nurse, I remember a nurse, me information, it is part of journalism. So there is no law in this country, especially when there is an altercation. Say, sorry. Me a journalist, let me try. I'm not paying a apart from the fact that these are rogue elements, almost say boom. When you answer 40 feet, you are afraid to be for you. Make us some yamuntias yet. Mabru and Niminyansa, one who did what papa, bet me a Jumo Ghana National Fire Service. And by extension, all the other security agencies, and yes, a and these are some of the foolish miscreants who are working in Ghana National Fire Service. And we are demanding justice for our brother. Kwame, crash the 10,200, no? Ghana National Fire Service, we credit Mubetia. Number two, how you get, whether you surcharge them, whether Ghana National Fire Service is going to bear the cost. Because according to him, 10,000 cities, no. Now where can you be or cannot cre? One conya sankophobia and Quebec has 900,000 send ho. Class media for a cannot cre. Yeah, who are Sunday and Unibu. Yeah, the emperor was some kuruma. Eti wakano cre. No conya sankophobia. Quebec has 100,000 and nation ho. Now there's all who are kind of 20,000. They must pay hospital bill beer and otiemia or hospital now on who receipt near there. Hospital bill beer what spending piano the Ghana National Fire Service will pay. Those were the times when state institutions as a movement master came. Oh, that be man can you the name mamen kan yes na ba Richard Dela and Erastus Arodonko say which law in Ghana bars a journalist from filming an altercation at a fire scene? Who says a journalist needs your permission to film an altercation? What right do your men have to seize his phone? Based on which law, please? If what you were doing was okay and lawful, why worry? akwa bi sanya sesem wo se mo fire service for no nya na mo ye no na ene mra ne nam anase na mo ye ne nyansamu a ede na ma usuro se obi be fe me. What we saw your men do was barbaric, criminal, and in very bad taste. Ghana National Fire Service should condemn, take action to redeem its image. Bessie Sabren, 50 Sabren Bessine, there has not been any response from the office of the Ghana National Fire Service. Me trace a befe PR so konfa obeka teso a meeting and so onfa wate pass Otu Darko ka senior fat na fia ya no wa. It's wrong. It's wrong. If it will happen under any president, not John Dramani Mahama. No. Mami different person. Over Facebook and one. But what you feel about the matter, for messages Nebra on Facebook, me make camel. Me via make good board. Na fe. Kwame, I am here phone lines kakrakra. Ghana Fonson Chomaj. Richard Delasky. Or said this is an utterly irresponsible abuse of uniforms paid for by the good people of Ghana. Now, unim say fire service, Nino, a channel de bo a civilian, a me taxes in your data idea. Shall cry in your bottom skull. Just a woman, Jimmy, Money. Mimisico, civilian and no more bono, a nisika, and no dear touch hammer or some dear pineapple. I didn't for say, Kwame, me say, there are a lot of wise people who are in the house, or maybe to my age, man. Yeah, or say this is an utterly irresponsible abuse of uniforms paid for by the good people of Ghana. What we witness here is criminal assault, plain and simple. Every fire officer who participated in this brazen attack on the said class media group journalist, Yefene Samuelado, must face the full legal consequences of their actions. A free press is foundational to our democracy. When state officials in uniform assault or brutally attack journalists for doing their constitutionally protected work, they don't just attack an individual. They assault the very principles that sustain our republic. Imagine a country without journalists. We don't need politicians, man. Huh? Imagine a country without journalists. Musikano. Muni mabi ankabefa. So don't joke with the press. A free press is foundational to our democracy. Yeah, these officers must be identified.
Even though Nema is here in Sankai, and so you're born home modest or some paddy, Yadabama, Ghana for a bring in a it's your maimo. Now you share a man on it. Said we say respect one firefighters. Now or one sometimes firefighters say back our community level. The way we see the Osebone, this year or near the no. Share my media and Tessa. Come here as a firefighters organ there. We are the least respected among the security forces. This is because you could you and I enter in the pantino. And I say, you we do medium because of a candy unity and civilians. And I say, oh, man, for do an answer than funny DNA Ubu MIA. And so, Yanaka Uhimupa, heroes. And I say, Nkofua, Jen, dear Nquantuho, for na another agency or Casua, the home to some. I purpose Yabema, Dedifua, Washe, one. I did on dear no, your mamma won't shedding. Now, I said, one coin dear, one can who say, oh, dear, name you might day and yet a futu and my yen. Now, young Kayan to Mambum, Nayan, she said, oh, yen jar who do Nayan fire safety measures are a bit boying, simple, you also talk. May I say, move a mat now, I was in your fire extinguisher. Na you can pay the first way, you debate Juma, Bray, Janaba. May I say, you should maybe say Jabba, and say, who you near my Janin Jason, and from a fair fire service. You did say, yes, I do. We jai prank calls near there. Na a bois, I'm a Juma non so solo. Even though you're hotely and dear, a bad boy and Catray one, you did to me the assumption. Nothing we could see, and son of pay. Say, a betoja, or share videos we are now about to just say, Udumja for Yedi and Sakokeka. In the animal central for anyone here, Juma. Sabio Nana, you boons and throw for expenses. By a ding. So one or boy and some who they will my Emma Santi and Cat. The bay shed up what I said, the answer can be. Now, yes, no, not major Paditia, na say piano. And Sabiano and entity. Into your whole video, no, a share video, no. I told you, sir, I was a Yadema opposite for now, opposite for boy. Now, it's me who said, be this our course. Now, yes, say, Yadi year, but 2 years. Now, one, who did say, I'm ransom. Say, the young so, says, Obi cry, Obi, yeah, uniform persons, yeah, training, and say, young quaint dear. Sabi, Obi crazy do attempt, Obi cry, you be it's Yamra, or found some canon, or the no. So internal there, following my you free internal investigation as soon as Sekoba say, Nema or ye, no, a break ya near there. Why not internal process a disciplinary code I want? You the one be fast. Sekoba say, see you and the you and Koba say, tell a home so. Interdict on near you on pay free one somewhere. Why not? You be near the home and the bone so at the upper, but you better say. I should more. The Ama in Yanama Pussy for no. You do the intino, obey you should move up. Now, the wind piano, Wamaya who said, but you do for a whole year maybe or see be an yabay. Very well, so so. Made year to year. Very well, at the emergency say no. Protocols are who there was it EDCC and it's immediate.
Otu Darko. Paper Chow. Uncommon. Say, there were a lot of logistics and Kamuhia Bamuni. And for the essay, Bohu Deru, Amamunya sa logistics.
I mean, if you are free, you know what you how to do.
Okay.
Now, say, be our follow fire service for the past 4 years. I said, Abuapa. How to Ghana for him. Ghana for what?
Are you aware, sir? Most, if not all the time, a journalist never amplify or how and that is what we have been doing. And me, as Otu Darko, I am a living testimony of a Nyama Mukomwa Yakasa by Nyamamo. Are you aware, sir? Oh, 7 baby alcohol into Namasia Bamono. Are you aware, sir? Yes, we are due to say a bebois in making sure, say, you have the needed logistics. Number Jumaya fruitful. Are you aware?
Nana, me no. Yeah, di to Ghana. Na mo so siso. Na mo pimpia. Baby also mo pimpia and some mefano. Na yetimi pimpia. But na also be only baby dance and so say. In pimpi no. We do me di mo no. Kanya say yinkita hudie no. Afena ye ho say ejina yi. Na kaneno say gas kakao. Esan na media for no do na anti adwuma na asentino. Sometimes, I will not even say sometimes, most of the times, Boko fire things are Namone civilians, Sabi, Ubi another actually, no, the pressure in our coso, and I'm not being on a door so far. In the Monamon, I couldn't come up. Now I can't some baby, you do one that you are in. But I was a cat. Move it to me, a boy opinion.
DO2.
Not yet to me, I didn't know how my young human, ne Pumesi Breno. Na ye Janis and they are cotton from him. Let the beer ye bo fire food triso, and no na did more between me. Can I do one for a boony dear and Mangana until a Fabino. Let the house of Bono so mebo musumi.
What the boy want to be from Moyen? Want to be from Moyen because nature want to be from Moyen is say. What I'm saying, DO2
and my boy and how no
DO2.
Then so far a Fabino sensationalism, unbalanced reporting. MY na the be a boy in Boneno. So can you follow on so mobile to Mudia and also be boy in Pa very well. You bet me aye a Jumano Pama. Very well. You bet me the information you project or man for now what you want to say.
Okay, but Okasa announce what me because question me about because now can be say can you fall on just one instance? There was such reportage. I also say I don't know yakoka mugu mo bia yemi samo side but let that slide. But the question now me pese me so me bisa ne say which part of the training of Ghana National Fire Service and the chere say sebi mon crofo ni bi ekoso mu ko bi nja na me ntime ho ase sorry. To say no, it is alleged say based on confirmations yenya on the ground say na mon crofo ni bi say ebi mu eya kronfo ana say ebi ma twe knife ana whatever. Which part of your training the chere say Ghana National Fire Service for betimi ayi a cha sebi your taxes near the toy in their uniform some fambo civilians.
Nana asema obu say me ya no say ko baby na yidumja simple say accident ebi aka na akodi akwanhia ne dia baby action na nka say ko na e friend no hot zone no be 20 to 30 meters no eni kwan say obia ba ho e wo say ka fire for nyinya adwene mu a etie ne akoma mu etie ne edi adwuma but NPP no hot zone no hokra na be hu nkofo a wo ba wahye ho na chese wo pese adwuma na ye no firefight na wo pese wo je homa no mpo free yensem emwaye maye ntumi nya adwuma no sebo ho entina NPP no ye hu bibi sa na me afre ye nuanoma posifo na ye mura so yenim o ma ye timu no edu ba bia o how no edo so chen se de yenim no sabi wo be ko fa asin an ko fo kra to ahye so a wo pese wo ye wo be free nuan posifo ebedi mra ansa na won so timi aba bedu enti du ba bia within the hot zone ne de ye wo hu kwan say ye defend this hot zone no emma ye mrantie no adwumutie ene akomamu etie ene said ye be ya wo binya concentration na wotimi aye adwuma no hwese na ayi eja ekodum no na anadwunu mu ayidum ni wie na niam ni bia hwehwe asanse ne bi etimi ebo ano a na ye hwese adetofo no beba na yetimi identify won na wotimi akosesa niam no emrantie ne fi twobo wonti ase yamma wo kwan no wonko sesa yamma wo kwan a ye free ni ma posifo ma wo betitire binom binom su dwa na ye nti no wo wonya kwa dwa na ye no na wo san ba bi
Otu, can you attend to my question?
Who did your mentor not him? Say more from you in some way, some fatal or catch your and the man go back say, what do Bakumu? Emma, sir, and your man some course, and no the answer also.
So
it's in America, you should move free so if I say internally no. Ya better now one your mentor ya video na capture or say what the helmet. Papa in Kofu to the money the Kikahono. And no there a book on the the internal processes no. So see you and the you or see a two on whom I swear bet it. Until the ye I have keen interest in that
it's as if say it's as if say Boadu, it's as if say you are restraining to condemn the act. But as a woman said, hold on. No, you are being euphemistic. You are playing me I'm a poet. You are playing with words. So if it is wrong, condemn it.
Sabi ni sabi a utie me a me se say nyamransama ye mrante no akodi a ya capture o video no so no se bupo won a se ehwehwemu na eko se se me de me twan se ehwehwemu fo no be yo adwuma na wo de ho aso di aba enti nka ho na e wo se me bi de mani di akire ni di e bupo won de a e wo se de won famra kwan so eno de maka me wada ma nya di a ye so sa ne ma no so sabi
yo very
ho Emma, your mention for 1 million. Very na yen na ho Emma obi so fa na sanke kai me.
I agree.
I actually say mo so fa wodin ya se mo nyanya. O de kan den say yakoburu bi.
Makoburu.
Fa wodin na so ka. Bra, na say ajiriga no yakowo fire service no kan. Eno de mente say na waka ho.
Ye kan pa.
Na mente ye.
Ye kan pa. Any o follow me.
No so court. And to say I'm the man who said also Canadian. Your quarter, now I'll take a court 30th. I'm the court.
Maybe I'm a man maker.
Into member
Mate.
Now I shall say free no could be. Some who are doing a million, they cast an assault in once a man. But who would do media?
Mate, very well. Maybe Adama. Is it true? Say, oh, grantee interview be a. What can say there was no such assault on the grounds?
Maybe. Misquoting.
And you're no correct.
Misquoting because as a man, I can't say a footage near you. You know, you mean, and I will show the footage in this way. You who say Nipa Bakubi. Man, tell the one Saki Kano. But Bakubi, you who say what the one Saki Kano, a year assault. inteno de case na kwa kudia police for nsebo no de ye pese wo be ye nhwehwebu no ye hu se e physical assault so what do one sake kan ana say e verbal assault whatever it is na ye assault.
Okay.
What you may ni bere wo you tu ase
but adia ba ko a ebeto odwa ne se ye nam so a ye be assault ye reporter no na ye correspondent no obi di kan be bisa no say adan na entokwa no ekoso no altercations na ekoso no a ye yi bi ewo TV so amenkrofo ahwe no or filming ana oka kire oni ko no say we journalist oni pa ko ne kobae no ana edom no ebae but like you said enhwemu ekoso me pa cho fan the Ghana National Fire Service mremu a ana Ghana mremu e kire say altercations ekoso between security officials and others, especially Ghana National Fire Service, journalists ain't me for me. Eva.
Na me say na trim.
Which
Ebia one for why dey near tree. The American me say within the hot zone, red zone and a hot zone. Ye makwan e mo bia amfane phone mba ho. E metwika. Especially following the altercation in Kofua na wo pese ogbura jenim na wo ko se sankofo japade ase bi wabre na what is the car ape and not empty and a banner set you who to be because within that zone no dia you will find.
Is it by law or by convention?
And no there were yemrem e find say e was defending the whole zone near say ye man tie na juma wo ye no or how be ankoto na so ebo na so or how ankoto no ye hwe so how be so ankoto civilians no. But in paper, you know, emergency, no, we don't have the numbers. We don't even have the requisite logistics. I bet me I should be a human. The papa more. Every emergency could be a post for I will provide security at the hot zone. But enormous animal, not a bedroom bribino, not what said and what could you say? You tell my man to be a human. And no, now I show you. Na ekojinse mu a na akoyete say
so in the first place no untimi nchire me any part of your articles or any part of the law you cannot film within parameters
obstruction of the firefighter in line of his or a duty.
And your obstruction is different from filming. How does filming obstruct your work?
The filming is taking part in the hot zone.
So how does filming obstruct your work? Let me understand.
Filming the choir first way obstruct your humanity.
Okay.
So the meeting can't no. There could be secondary hazard, secondary explosion from the hot zone. Ebi kura na working, there be a general I say aswa no I say do I say mummy no. Ebi asmen the bi hye. Ebi kura baby ebu egu so. Ebi a afena reaching ignition temperature eba be explode. Nti sabi waba be gba ho a ka ade no. Ye mente no e wo ho kwan se bia o. Opani me so mente me. Ko dira ni sei. So nti wo be hwa bra wo ba abrante no nchen no. Officer no koji permission when the duty officer say oh abrante say we duty friend or a journalist. Nti yanya no don na onye yi. Nti de ko ba na say oh sadia mo na mo make sure say obe connect na wo ka koji na be say ho no nti na say so ama na ko ba tell me phone de yaje e fa ko ma put for awo mo nti wo je phone no enya de aseke ya de a ka eni emram ne hwehwe mu a ka one wo de abufu be say phone no.
But in the first place, somebody write somebody in the phone. You are not the court, are you?
Oh, one would say
you don't have right to take his phone. Do you have the right? But do you have the right to take his phone?
Yeah, but I'm saying the can you know and chatting your mind.
But do you have the right? Do you have the legal right to take his phone?
The hot zone there, you are right. Within the hot zone there, you are right. Because the baby to should be explosion be koba. Now your mind here now or no ka anya shekra na se nyame mpegu ekoba mpo se wo free mu a wo insurance ebo wo ho ba wo compensation a ebitimi ahwe wo abusua sabi wo na wo yes civilian na wo so waba
ono so pension pay
oh David pension pay
ara na wo de amfana de pension pay
me ka wo na mi busa se e ya he sabi nti yam pese o how no be koso na ye kese ansana ya kase me hunu ya nche na aka echi ntino ene ye sesade a ye mane koneki na mentime ho ase amba nti na metime mentime ho ase ba yi nti ene ba
I'm sure sir in the course of conversation you better you who say I'm sure sir we are going to agree before we leave a interview but the Otu ni enwa kakra in terms of the set parameters you also say 30 meters radius or something enwa kakra say you na hear Al Jazeera you na hear BBC TV this well and even at war fronts sometimes missiles fly about sabi it me orchestrating other explosions near there. We see media men filming. The other times you see say be a day buegu baby your fire service for your a police for near there. Journalists are at very close range filming. There are times out to say eja be a to a dancing team be money at there at very close range. You have journalists at the international scene filming. How is Ghana National Fire Service Monkwamo 30 meters radius parameters different? How?
Oh, then I mean, the okay, you know, and my Juma was on me. The Papa Mua, they call every incident. There has to be a command post, a media post, and now they make a command post and a command center. And so we are journalists now, but command post. Now, what we introduce the officer in charge. So, may you also see. May ye Jumama class media. The Pachoma Bassam about the reporting. Into a hollow, we make provision for at least a minimal fire protection for some journalists or Beba, your person or cohort zone. That would report to accurately Emma or Manfo. To say the Oka said, Al Jazeera need the Kika war front near the Awokolo. I wish you could see who was a helmet. I wish you could see who was a bulletproof vest. I wish you could say a fire scene and you say Yama on fire clinic. Sana Kosu Ghana Hana. I don't know India, ye can't acquire to say fire for the Yatra who and I in TV da. Into another young Cassia Madana National Fire.
So would you admit say it is failure on your part as National Fire Service for not providing that said post? Because you just indicated say Anchor there should be certain posts here. Journalists or whichever people will come and from that point they'll do their work at a very designed parameter. But I've never seen that in this country. Would you admit, sir, as Fire National Service, you have failed on that front for not making that provision, and as a result of that failure, and I cause some of these things? Because if Ankamutimi yes, Jumana, would you admit, sir?
Nane, the attorney say for every incident, your incident commander. Na say journalist media or babia no etini ebusano hu incident commander no na upon ho e could introduce no incident commander na in charge of the incident on the say have that who nyina onim enti say bibi kwachewa ono na guarantee the safety of the men and safety of even the reporters.
Okay,
but ye musa say ye journalists are normally whatever incident no one musampo Wabaya na no watch phone so one camera no
when me say I catch them baby away
also mubusa also mubusa
I know empanifo so be fun kumo be fun ha it when me say it so catch them no
oh there be enye me sa ho enunti na I was use this opportunity na it me dey educate ya ho e bia na yenim so a enunti na ye ho say e be kire it can say for every fire situation, you know, there is an incident commander. I was say, yeah, you be call for further directives. If you catch us, oh, how do you mean to me, because we need adequate protection and meeting the amount into the cell.
Very well. Do you to this one? But say video no a civilian no dey when you be ahwe.
I know dey but if you should move flat here,
time mo share.
Oh bra, what is Sunday? A way na minya bia me share. And I mean who say a branch back could be now what do you say could be there. Now quite say piano de nako bia
say microphone bia yi helmet or the above be say no kwa confirm.
And no
Eti say empo 12 na munya video yi wo de ma me fa mo mra manim say 1 PM mpo a about 3 hours. What has taken Ghana National Fire Service so long? Somebody krata bebo abonten
oh nana
ida
mema wanu nsi me ya de krata ba abonten ya be ya to ni say ye hu video e te say
ojo pe krata be osom de krata
me de be send you say ah emi ya say won kai media page ho e ho ye be say yi sua de wo ho so ye de abetudwa ya condemn sa enyamra nsem o yement bi kodiye hwehwe bu afrase ye ne ye police for so corporate na alleged assault ya journalist no say ye inside kan ye so na fe be ye to no ntimi e de ne poma
di otu se ya je sika o mbetu ada ban
me de mi nim se sika bi afa ba bi
ene oni mu amemo ntremu e ye de kan yen journalist na mo assault microphone bi assault no and maminka we me di kan say yen fa sa anyambrasem kakra we enfra the good word of Ghana National Fire Service. I think I've established that, and I also established the good word of the first female CFO our Ghana National Fire Service, and for that reason the person connecting be brave. But until this reliefs are so some mobile address no after investigations no man who adwuma man ana eno de bia yeso ya no mo nya fan kakra okurum ha ne ade ne dikan na 10,000 cedis bundle 2 according to his report he's made ana shin bottom ama woman bi crack as a journalist bag here da from asa no bi ofire no say omaji menka say based on the account he gave omaji 10,000 bundle interview as say 10,000 cedis or so and a womb according to him ana afei so wako hospital ama doctors nso ahwen ade ne eka ho ama waboka bebre etino unchire ba bia baba jiska no na yanku yanim
yo nana em say nhwehwemu cost we dey ye be say na
omu 10,000
ya no ma boy before no mu dey ye ntwen na won ye nhwehwemu na won establish say ampa ine no na 10,000 share no ho and na so ampa say wo footages bi e kire say fire for ne bi na fire en so na ye ho and na e wo say ye man nhwehwemu no ko ye hu sampa assault na one legend no no crazy ya nti no de mesre say ye nto ye mbo na ye man nhwehwemu no ko so e bi asem no pharmacy bi bia no ujidi say nhwehwemu na ye ye be mo bi wo say to no ye tin ye to
e jam wako enti nkrofo ya ekodum je wi ase am ko buru nkrofo yi yes mark 1 to 10 a o ma wam say
mama yan kina ho emo bia me say adwuma pa hwese no agye baaye na sabi oman Ghana enye tikasi ekusi dwa na ye sidwa na haidan ba kokura nim na odunja so ye ne ye pese boni nyina bawo because of just one isolated case sabi entiye kakra ye nyane se nipa fire for no ya condemn no entiye kakra enya e wase no ye se na just ayi ba ni tre mu kakra a chese wo edi afire for no tem na wo pese ku hwia nkofo nema na bibi se ya koso no ye pese ye de no ese adwuma pa Ghana Fire Service aye sabi sumbu bi ya boa o se ye de bayi na aye ho se o man no emi se du baby a ne chichire ne ye no du baby a na niema akwa nyama akwa ejeje mu kakra na ye hwese ye dwa na ye makeshift no ye hwe ni yetisi ni modernized form in your fire station wo ho in your hydrants wo ho in your fire protection
hydrant ne dey ye bi ho on the containers as so
we ho ne dey bi ni ho ho ne dey ba kokura ni ho
oh okay
ba kokura ni ho ya person interest did it say me ko animu na hwehwemu koso wo be na me time na ba studio na dey ntrechre abai because you say ignorance no e solodo
okay
na wo say itimi na ntrechre ne ko adu na se wo ho ase na wo say pagua
na niela mawusi into sapon in fact my who say project ma many picture ma me because asem na make can me be connect ma me no and ma me no me ni asem na wie so me ma benya asem a it will be after 1 week ma me ni asem because so far ya appointing no wo ye no betima ye bia for Ghana National Fire Service to be retooled ma me be ye Ghana National Fire Service kwanchire for opening wo ye no betima ye bia se na be ya President John Dramani Mahama botaye na ni so adi hunu ene opepa o ma Ghana National Fire Service no ebetimi abam enti no I think say if I am quick to judge the woman, then I am not being fair and professional as a journalist this afternoon. But following a niema meka ni neno, na se man tishe en free, me maame ho dia. And you know be the kumentri, na bo siako, and ni ti aje atudama. I'll be speaking to that fate. Na you're saying aqua the forex, because right after Bronya, what usually happens, they say hard currencies to say dollar, hard currencies to say pounds, to say euro, to say sefa. I have adverse impacts or adverse effects on the Ghana city. In fact, see a kwedi Bronya at the threshold of Bronya no, aka sima near the Bronya and aka tuna bro near the Bronya no. Esa say one we kwa kra eniema no. Maybe let's begin from there. Let's project the forest. Let's begin from there. The dollar, the cedi relationship no. Mamisha same free on them so that at least we understand what we are saying. Say ya kwa kwedi Bronya, kwame NPP no businessmen ahodon. Wamu ko amanone eko kraniema, and you should know say Ghana is an import-led economy. You can say or maybe an import-led economy. Simple. Eniema wa krabegu o menum. E doso say eniema ye o menum, and e doso say eniema mpa you di free o menum ekwamonene. So Ghana is an import-led economy. So from time immemorial, it's been consistent. Say almost at the threshold of Bronya, esikafo wokroma, businessmen and women wokroma, esesa eye cedi bebre, no dia koto dollar kakrabi, no dia kraniema. The more they do that, the more it has adverse effects on the local currency and on economy. Eti obi a wadi Ghana economy echi ache, obi a wa follow politics ache, obi a student of street politics. They will say, ye bedi Bronya, ayana yesika sem no etapi. But why was 2025 Bronya different? Why? Ediana ubra atu forcing Ghana futu samfo anan yo kura sika hweso. Ediano ye no sonko anam so ma even though ye kodi Bronya na Ghana sika sem ejina brane. And later I'll be linking you to the gold board because come and then so we are here because of Enyema Nkrofokeka against gold board ne Enyema yantra on mo na Nkrofon tu futuro emu Nkrofoni na be wiase yes gold board no ye guno and gold board no ye Sammy Gyamfi afiro etiaba ne sa no a ne abani na so as the greatest economic pillar no. Now the naysayers have destroyed it. They will have their way, and John Dramani Mahama administration will start reaching a crescendo. Sebi and Yeman Kwe. No, we will not allow that nonsense to carry on. And Yebeye Jumapa, Yebeye Ejumapa. But like I was saying on the forex, Kwame wouldn't say even though say ye kwa di Bronya na forex ni ko yi no. Ideally no anka ye di Bronya wi no. Anka etwa say ye nyampopo ye bone. But now look at what is on Facebook. And please, you're streaming live on Facebook. Over to me on 20. I'm Brazil. So catch will be said the Citizen Show you started. And then Juday field day of January. Your boy time so they should come on board. Now, koto US dollar. Over 10 Ghana cedis or 10.4. A new 5 from Tinamania approximation. Over 10.4. Don't forget in 2016, so Okwakoto the same US dollar. Over 16 Ghana cedis. Don't forget. Eti one pakunwa Okwakoto US dollar. Na wade akwa kra eniema no. Say $100,000 for instance. In 2016, na 1.6 million Ghana cedis. Eti one pakono etia 1.6 million cedis for just $100,000 in 2016. The same person under John Dramani Mahama, even though yakodi Bronya asiambano, so kokra niema ne ano kokra ni Bronya no mumpa. This time because dollar near 20, all you see 1.6 million cedis in kokra the same quantity of goods, obey you see 1 million cedis. Near China say over 1 million Ghana cedis, a few 1.6 million cedis. Only Pakuno was saving 600,000 cedis, and yet it is 6 billion because of the good governance structure led by John Dramani Mahama and supervised, if you like, by the likes of Ato Forsen. And of course, Yentimin Khan, Yemo Bank of Ghana Governor Abaso, Dr. Siam, a fantastic guy. A dreamer, a dreamer, he deserves to be commended. Now, here, your top dollars is here. Oto 10.4, Oko Toa 10.5. Oje pound sterling, saying a swati, Oko top pounds are 14 cities. And you're making it to Facebook. And just make carefully imagine him. 14 Ghana cities, and now 14.1. Oko, or no so Oko Toa 14.1, sir. You. Okoko top euro 12.3 and Oko tonswa 12.3, and this is the average interbank rate used by commercial banks for transactions at the close of business as at Friday 2nd January 2026. As at Friday 2nd January 2026, and that is projected. Yeah, the BIA can be say about we a wunsunsuansua and your NDC assembly account. And NPP assembly yeka. In fact, you can't see PP and not PPP. When me say, so over to about, you must be careful. A man yo kwa wotu abanwama, because abana wotu no, it can kill you, it can give you life. And there are a lot of people who are testifying, say under John Dramani Mahama too, there are a lot of people that are getting life than they can suffocate. I think that Kwame Weno. Yama Etiefo who say there is something right that this government is doing. The government is being fiscally disciplined. What you say, Anka Senia and Pempino, abandoned the Pecheno, Emsa Bino with Castle. It say be abandoned to Quina, Nipa Bear 50 in the Bequa, Abana and address what the Nipa Bear 20 in the Beco. Say Anka Bino Fenny Pedrum at the highest level. Because ministers, you come on at the first time of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo in 2016, 123 ministers. As I'm speaking with you, ministers are working with 60. Ministers are the president is working with 60. So it means that there is something right that this government is doing, and people like Dr. Siama, Honorable Ato Forsen, people like Sammy Gyamfi, because of the impact of the gold board, these guys must be praised. Now, if you dream of it to say Honorable Eriko Poku, a boy, yeah, it affected food inflation on the market. Just 10 months in office, and a Nema Sase take you over. Otu Desponaka. When they kasa in an hour,
that's in a kasa insisu say GJ president and a GJ for uncondemned. Uncondemned arsenal. Yes, of course. It's in an interview no unza ubisani say omaye issue statement.
Yes.
No say omaye.
Also omaye.
You call official.
So when say ebeko.
You call Twitter, you call X, you call Facebook na ho.
Yeah.
Until quickly omaye bibi.
He say the omo dey aba. Until me tie for who say you pusu nu na me yatene kankan. Yeah, that's good.
Oma confirm nyame.
Me ba na makan, but ansana no o say GJ4
No, GJ4 makom ho. Uhu wo nipa.
So many nipa.
Wo nipa Jumfo.
Oh, Jumfo de mini papa.
Or cheche nyama. Or cheche nyama or alaju.
Jumfo cheche nyama.
Oh, ene na da ho.
Oza.
Or the flyer.
Oba kwande mu we no cheche nyama.
They send ho ye ndra say enra fourth.
Why did that?
Yes.
Jumfo.
GJ yenti oba.
Yeah.
We need dentia. Amafo can be before format.
And he does Ebiamonte.
Say yeah, where?
But before Monte so be
Monte be more because Nanabo some people. So
Nanabo some people.
Yes,
yeah.
Gabriel.
Yeah. Nanabo some people.
Yes.
Nanabo some people was last week or last 2 weeks Nana frame.
Oh wow.
Yeah, from 3 weeks ago I think
yes,
so.
Yes.
Or last 2 weeks he called out something.
Says issue statement to condemn.
And then Nanabo some people na mu wanwa.
Say
GJ for statement in my.
GJ phone condemning this act.
A whole GJ led by Jumfo.
And
my brother.
Mentiasie. Say you no mansu, say ni mansu.
Oh, Jumfo de me ni mansu. We no mansu.
Debi.
Oh, Debi. Jumfo de me am guy.
We no nyama na ochiche no kran, ochiche man ala Jumfo. No. One to chairman journalist for.
Na bio no olidi alaju fa no olidi journalist.
And I'm for.
Don't for sembe na.
I'm for kikase is it a preparation towards something?
Oh, MP ambition na.
Is that a man for kikase?
Don't for.
Say yeah bro fan service for bro a journalist.
I saw what the report babon thing.
Class media group.
O tete name wa alaju.
O da ye nyama cheche yen ka nyama cheche yen ka ze adebo.
Na no mpro no be checha. Checha ma yen journalist ansa. Ya wonder ma ya bofufie.
Sana man for.
Na me otu da ko menya bi o da ko ma alaju for.
Say Junfo omun condemn me. DJ for en condemn me. Is this say a class media group? It do omun condemn me.
No, but I think
no.
I think on two petrochemical we know eto ha no. I think GGA condemn.
Seen e how many days?
I know you can ya okay. Then you can ya. We see you can you the baba.
One how been watch no more ha.
There be some the bane.
Yes.
I know you can no more buy.
And see na West from the West African way for no.
For Media Foundation for West Africa.
Foundation for
West Africa. Almost condemn me.
Otu Darko ake bibi ti obi aka. Omo ye full
report.
Graphics.
No man na etro bibi ba some by then. So for West Africa.
Ye come on no ya. Omo
se me manu ya.
No ya Ghana ha.
Omo de me kan.
O to so number 3. And I think it's an achievement.
Kwam.
We say American Mazi.
Are you serious?
Sina oko visa.
Are you serious?
Say Ghana ha media phone na no. Ye ka obi a na no ya.
Kwam nya no kra me to so number 3.
No, I can pull you away.
Will be coming.
David.
And you fit come. E to so chese me ka list well. Asama na baso kan.
List o nyin century. Ono e civil society. Don't you say? But no. And I think say sina a achievement. So Media Foundation for omu condemn me.
So we are waiting on them. Say they should condemn the
omu condemn me.
Very well.
And I think say senior idea say omu ye as quick as possible.
As possible.
Condemn omu condemn. Yembo ye minister Felix Kwachofusu.
Why are the pa? We are showing leadership.
And what quality say omu be investigate
adiwe.
For boys now, fast service guys now elbow go for no.
Yeah.
Omu can be say okay omu report now.
Yeah.
Omu is thieves. Now even if they are thieves,
do you have a right to assault them? Instant justice.
Omu mobile crown no. We are there. Senior police service so omu issue statement as quick as possible.
The police service should also to condemn the act.
Yeah, to condemn and call for say omu nyomo.
Because police service is in charge of internal security.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's up to now? Police service no and condemn this act. So you say. Omo cry. Otie the minister kind and I say minister have been part of the mind.
Yeah. Felix.
Yeah, Felix.
Fantastic guy. The Christmas in the man who's fantastic guy.
No, ni Ghana.
That's Waba.
No, ni town.
Waba.
Waba.
That's Waba.
Is it Felix Kwachofusu?
Only town say. Only back now about only town. Mantin and Kamaming.
The deal of phone was share.
No, Felix number. Felix Kwachofusu. Mantin and Kamaming.
Condemn. I call it say.
Okay.
Omu investigation into it.
More fire.
So ewe momonche. Ye nuano ni minimum.
O se ni minimum ni jonku.
Ne hunam ni na.
So mabono. O mabono.
And oye ye senior central regional report.
Na sikasem no kwame ni sika no. Yira no.
Ni sika no.
Yeah.
And senior Matisa Obi said, "Hey, na class media group reporter." And the press can say na send it to Yaneka.
Oh, I don't. It is. Come on. Enti Ubana say.
No, to that put away. No, to that put away.
But I can't join when you read you, Patrick. I mean, 2 months and I mean, never to me.
Who do you to me?
Quantity.
See now, do you
I don't meeting. Making sure say Obe can say.
No, to that put away. What boss city? What do you catch it? Me say. No, to that put away. Because Otu Darko too. Oba the searcher.
Akonfo okromo jan sansem na aka no.
Wenya say. We dey. My body search nya. Na enye ni 50,000.
Kwame, ma me ni akonfo ni nkomo kakra mpacho ma 1 minute. Akonfo am okrom ha mesrem wate. Mo ba bo me kwa. Nya hwe. David, see. Kwame jai na obi akosia me na hwe nim.
Mayen kan say
to me bottom you.
Mayen kan say oye journalist. He's our
senior correspondent.
Central region.
Now, Siskano Sunyane DI.
Yes. Say, now onye sikano we.
But Kwame, the other side also no. Ese empenyufu ewa ben. Any ejume ranum. Enso jini sa asem no. Because journalists for ketua nye ukuruma. You see the question you asking when you skawe. Inti ye enti 20,000.
Yes.
Inti ye amabo bra Hana.
O 5,000 50,000
Oh Kwame. Ti asa we dia agro. Ba bia no obi akohia me. No ma bo me free. Ana ade nso mo bu no we nya o case me serious. Kojo, o ka bi ntre no.
Eti
Kwame yen kan you know. Fire service for you.
But Sina Felix Ayade. Wayade.
Yeah. And it was quick.
Yeah, quick. It
was quick.
Quick.
And only maybe. And also, Felix represents it.
So I know
the government machinery.
Yes.
So what Felix is writing, I reflected the position of the John Mahama's government. Said they don't condone attack on press freedom.
Yes.
That's what they mean.
Oh, not say president. That's President Kasa.
No, say at least evidence. Felix Adiabe.
Yes.
So they don't condone Sandyman.
Yes.
Ada Jenihana Kwamna Bobia say you jojo no. Why not you be by?
No. But
why not you be by?
Media Foundation for
West Africa.
Otu Darko na ekasetia abanda dana.
Yo.
Nanka omudo Otu Darko abe placated as the most insulted way.
Ba enyo no kure.
Oh yeah, won't say.
Enyo no kure.
Ena GJ.
Ana Captain Smart no that say. Commentary protest. Say me try smart the enyo no kure.
Oh, na Zina one ya.
Na some na ati okay.
You can't best.
Da masa kan ne pafa me ho. Na ja we nya ne pa. Asem na kan. Na wo matia, wo papa adwuma ben ye so papa no ya. We asem. Enti wo pa say me twa smart one wo yam. O ma wiem. Kroma.
Enti senior GJ.
Na ohene babo ma to so say.
Men de mu so odated.
Na bi ohene babo ma. Da bi say nkrofo bu wa say. Man to mu di wo mu di.
Odated de bi enye comparison. Maybe they are mudi rate here na oh ye do me kwapenya.
Maybe say sada na ye da akufa do ka so hand over.
Yes, true.
Olumai. Hand over say. Ezi kwa me we mu nyina ye ne ma esa ban so yo kai.
Yes, say.
Ye dem kwato wa mo.
Otu da kwa top.
This is omo bom dimbo because of John Mahama. And you fine John. This is how can say. It's kwame me kai information fire service for report. It's good to say at least.
Yes.
You know we didn't come also at the I mean that's what we look out for. Senior Patrick Fatuso na yenkai. Okay. Isa Hula Musa joining with a case there. So I don't message about very well. Public Relations Department, Ghana National Fire Service. It's good to say you call on social media handles on post here. You call get together and could you some call fire service for say on my post near on the ababontin.
Senior. It's true.
Does it?
Fire service for air sort too. We.
You're journalism.
Yes, you're journalism.
Okay, I didn't know.
You have a video, no?
You have a video. Sure. Ejina was missing a fellow no. Kwame kwati no timi bi. Kwame kwati timi sheche. Oba who no power boss we undercover journalist. Eti kwame try ma mema buso ma men kan we answer. Ana ma
ye kan.
Ye wia abusuafo. Ye timanya video no a. Kwame e no kure.
Oh no kure.
E kire say.
E no kure.
Ye assault ye journalism. And led by Kwame Kwachi or Seche Anna or the undercover journalism. One Seche. Very well. Public Relations Department, Ghana National Fire Service, headquarters PO Box 412 Accra, 5th January 2026. Time I need Papa Nika no type it. If you are not the buyer. Now, for immediate release, Ghana National Fire Service clarifies viral video alleging assault by the fire service personnel. The Ghana National Fire Service has spoken note of viral video circulating on social media, which allegedly shows some yet to be identified fire service personnel assaulting a civilian whose identity has not been established. 2, the service confirms that the alleged assault of a journalist is under police investigation, and the Ghana National Fire Service will fully cooperate to establish the fact. 3, the video captures an altercation between firefighters and a suspected thief who had earlier attacked firefighters along with a group of accomplices at the fire scene. That meba anya hwe kura me linguistics will go and na me kwa administration. Nya what dey buy? Most of the video captures an altercation between firefighters, which is true, it captured, and a suspected thief. Thank you for the word suspected, because you mean who had earlier attacked firefighters. How did you know? You should have brought who had allegedly earlier attacked firefighters, because here no dey ask a momo jia to me say the thief attacked the firefighters, but mo dey mo engine to me say the firefighters attacked our journalist. So read the point 3. The video captures an altercation between firefighters, which is true, it captures and a suspected thief. It also a thief, but for now a suspected because he didn't answer. But who had earlier attacked firefighters. Here you are being categorical. You could say who had allegedly earlier attacked firefighters along with a group of accomplices at the fire scene. It had the Munsi Sudia say indeed or attack firefighters. But Munsi Sudia say indeed the firefighters attacked our journalists, and the Musa is alleged. Now 4. Management of the service has constituted a committee to investigate the incident thoroughly and establish all relevant facts. 5. While Ghana National Fire Service condemns, this is what I've been waiting for. Condemn. So while Ghana National Fire Service condemns attacks on its personnel, it equally frowns upon any form of physical or verbal assault on civilians by its personnel, regardless of the level of provocation. I agree. Because fire Juma Nankasa ding. In the first place, almost said they need a lot of logistics. It is somewhere ye Jumana. I am Munya Butrema and civilians. Munya Butrema
Senior. So them say, oh yeah, national officer now chantra. It's against the law.
I don't know so chantra.
Say fire service national PRO. Say Oma assault to any journalist. So Oma assault any journalist. So if we're able to prove we're chantra. Yes. With video. With video. And we are going to prove it. Yes, video evidence. And you prove you na DJ for in statement. The more for for. The men feno. So I say, oh, chichenya mo jonu no. Ne oh chichenya mo alajo no mama bi. Wafake, nyoka na nyo nukuru. Kwa mo no master take. Third insulting journalist in this country. No. It's very bad for your future. No. I know to that who go to church and pray forgiveness. Wait, Media Foundation for rating no mo de ba yan to man to so third. Then I okay. Media Foundation for no. Mom twen adwin go see from West Africa. Say e ba ne se na no to that who ye the commentary anka. Ma twe pen ni paper analyze it. Now, ya sort to class media group reporter. Mun condemn art no. Sina, why ready I try and pull a video no? So let me call on my people. Yes. In Ghana for your interview with the PRO of Ghana National Fire Service, Otu Darko. And at a point, Okan said there was no such assault. But Kwame, he also clarified, just to be fair to him, say statements then attributed to him, say Okan say there was no such instance of assault, no, a wrong attribution. No, I didn't have the voice, Okan. No, then let's play his voice first. Then play the voice. If you can confirm, yes, then fine. Because then we must be fair to him as well. Okay, because say or try deny and media house a puli interview. What deny? Only media house ni but deny was one kasa. He was misrepresented. Yes. So if only you can have the voice, yes, then you have a case. But if you can't have the voice, then he has clarified that he was misrepresented, and in line with the ethics of the job. Okay, report now then he has condemned. No, Oma condemned, but still, my point say, media, Oma sort of any
Oh no, they didn't say that. They said they forming some committee here.
Yes.
Or police
but
for investigations.
They say we almost also
Accra FM
journalist. The rather says the thieves we are almost
yeah.
But the point here is say almost sort of journalist.
Yes, and they said this, so we are going to prove to them with video evidence. With video evidence, said they assaulted Class Media Group senior correspondent. Almost on the minimum. Hey, you have the video. Kwame, you have the video.
Almost on the minimum.
And therefore, Kwame Asheche after undercover journalism.
Who did you make us 50,000 show? No, say, man.
You know, Kroma will be able to free. Me, she name me 50,000 better shame.
No, but you're a senior journalist.
But do I have 50,000 on me? We don't call it. Say, I go tea or say open a fire. Papa, me name some I can want. Na ko na beba ma fa ho no na ase akaw